Hello everyone and welcome to Virtue of Tech. This is going to be an experience video of my experience having to navigate and deal with the RMA returns, repairs and procedure and process for the OnePlus Open. What happens if your foldable screen breaks? Usually I do reviews over here, but I'm trying to get through these. I did previously do a experience with this Neatac as well. It's a terrible brand, but thankfully OnePlus took care of it. So the screen did break, and OnePlus, let me get a website open for you, and OnePlus have gone ahead and fixed it free of charge. So this phone was purchased, I think, back in like November or December. So I've had it for about 3 months. It's not actually my phone either. It belongs to a friend, and I told them to get it, but I also told them not to get it. Funny story, actually. They wanted to get a bigger phone, and they liked how foldable phones look. Like, who doesn't? You know, it opens up, and you've got this huge mini tablet that fits into your pocket. And the OnePlus Open really stands out as well because of how invisible that, that crease is. And I suggested, look, don't get the Galaxy, don't get the Samsung. I think the OnePlus Open, reviewers love it, but it's probably going to break, so don't buy it. Like, I'm telling you, you're going to end up breaking it. That's what I told my friend. Don't buy it, you're going to break it. They're very, very fragile. They're not as good as you think. It's just going to break. And lo and behold, about 3 months later, my friend did break it. They had it on their desk, and then it fell onto their leg. Like, I think they had it hanging off. So if this was their desk, they had it hanging off, and it just fell into their leg, a soft surface. It was hot, barely even a drop. They don't even think that broke it, to be honest. But it fell into their leg, like bam, bam. And then they thought nothing of it because it's not even a drop, to be honest. And the front screen is really big, so they just kept using it for with the front screen, and then maybe 5, 6, 7 hours later, towards the end of the day, they then wanted to open it up and use the wider, the bigger inner screen, and that's when they noticed at the left side of the crease, so the hinge is in the middle, I think it was on the left or right side. Check the video. There was a dead mark, a dead pixel mark, just a huge black mark there, and the touchscreen wasn't working. After a couple hours or the next day, the touchscreen did start responding, but the dead spot, the black spot, never actually went away. And they told me about it when it happened. Like, my phone just broke. I don't know what happened. I just opened it and it's broken. And I was like, look, this is why I told you don't buy a foldable phone. It's gonna break. You can't do anything about it. You just got to live with it now. Just use the outer screen. But then they told me what happened, and then I went over and then I looked at it, and I'm like, yo, no, that's not normal. Like, this ain't acceptable. This ain't normal. No marks on the no marks on the phone. Nowhere on the phone were there any marks, any dents, any marks or anything. They said it just fell onto their lap. Like, how is that supposed to break their phone? And then I said, let me email OnePlus. Let me reach out to them, let me see if they can get this sorted, because this is not normal. Like, even for a foldable phone, this is not normal. And this is the thing so my personal phone is a Honor Magic 5 Pro, because I'm too scared of a foldable phone. This is why. And so I wanted to help them out. I thought, okay, let me just try and handle it. Some people don't like dealing with stuff like this. I filled in the returns form, repair form, and they got back to me pretty quickly, actually. They didn't start asking stupid questions, which I've had some companies in Neatac start asking me about. No stupid questions. They were like, okay, cool. Here's a return label. It was a prepaid return label, and I was posting it off to a local repair shop, basically, that was approved, like a verified repair shop by the OnePlus team, and posted it. And still I was a bit anxious that what are they going to say? Are they going to try blaming me? Are they going to say we can't repair this? Are they going to cause problems? But no. Once they received the phone, they they completed their internal form, and they confirmed the issues that I had with the inner screen, and it took a while. It took about a month for them to send it back, but they did send it back without causing any issues. No follow-ups, no silly questions, no back and forth, arguments or debates. They did just say, okay, and they just repaired it. And they also deemed it as being faulty, as not being, and they repaired it. And since they repaired it, they posted it back to me, and so I received it, and I did play around with it, and of course I'm going to be giving this back to my friend, as it is my friend's phone. But yeah, so I wanted to just make this video because if there are other people out there that are like me, that are a bit on the fence of buying a foldable phone. You don't want to buy it because you're scared if you break it, what's going to happen? You're scared if you break it, you're going to have, £1,000 or more just thrown away. You're scared that it's going to be so easy to break or fragile. I can't speak so much on how fragile the screen is. I think that much is already said, that the screens are fragile. But I think because the screens are fragile and they are susceptible to breakage, manufacturers and companies, if my Honor Magic 6, Magic 5 Pro, I think, if the screen broke on this as a glass screen, Honor would be like, nope, unless you have warranty or screen protection, then look, we can't fix it unless you pay us, £200, £300, whatever they want to charge. OnePlus charge about £500 to repair the inner screen. But when it comes to foldable phones, manufacturers do have a bit more leeway, where they are accepting that sometimes screens do just break, and this is just the nature of foldable phones. And yeah, so they are, at least in my experience, it was really, really smooth and really, really easy. They just took care of it. And that has made me wonder, should my next phone be a foldable phone? Because the thing that I've been most scared of, it's not just the screen breaking, it's if the screen breaks, what happens next? Do I need to pay a fortune or buy a new phone entirely? Because, Samsung or OnePlus or Oppo, Honor, whatnot, then they're going to refuse to fix it. But it seems like, no, they did fix it. They did a really good job at fixing it. It did take a long time. I think this might be because this is a OnePlus phone, and the reason it took long was because they were awaiting components. Likely the parts were being sourced from China, so it took a long time for those to arrive, but they did fix it, and yeah, phone basically looks brand new again. Well, it looked brand new before, except for the damage to the inner screen. But yeah, this has changed my perception of foldable phones, and seeing how easy it was just to get it fixed. Maybe that information is helpful to someone else that might be considering buying a foldable phone, and they're just worried what would happen if it breaks. A few things that I can point out is, so when it did break, I did look online, and I did see other people also have this phone that had pretty much the same damage on the side that I had, and they also said the same thing. They didn't do anything; they just opened it, and it was like that as well. And I think what it really comes down to is the quality, the overall quality of the phone. If your inner screen breaks, but you have signs, scratch marks, dents, whatnots, damage, scruff marks, anything like that, then I think it's more likely that they will just reject it or say, we can't fix this. The phone was mishandled, it was dropped. But yeah, if the phone is basically in brand new condition, no scratches, no marks, that's what my friend's phone was like as well, actually. It had no marks, even the inner screen had no scratches, except just that black spot, those pixels that just died and stopped working. And yeah, so if you get a foldable phone, you do need to take care of it, but that's the inner screen that you get just looks amazing, and it just fits into your pocket. I basically just love it, and yeah, just seeing OnePlus fix it, that's the thing I was most worried about. What happens if it breaks? Because they do break. If it breaks and it wasn't your fault, you didn't drop it or do anything wrong, it looks like OnePlus, will see that, and they will just fix it, no questions asked. And yeah, so I just wanted to make this video, just help out anyone, if anyone else is on the fence about buying a foldable phone and they're not sure, they're just not sure what happens if you break it, then I'm hoping that this video will be helpful. And of course, if you do break your foldable phone, then, if you break it yourself and you know that you broke it yourself because you dropped it, because you opened it up, or you misused it or smashed it around, then it's unlikely you're going to successfully claim a repair on that. But if it accidentally breaks, but not accidentally, if it just breaks on its own, I don't know how to explain it, but if it just breaks from general use, like you just do this, or you just do that, or you're just holding it and it just breaks, I don't know. And if it just somehow happens and no fault of your own, then it looks like at least OnePlus does have you covered and you can get it sorted without buying any expensive warranty or screen replacement services. So yeah, that's my experience of this. I'm going to be giving this back to my friend, but yeah, I think I'm converted. After that, I am converted, and I will be considering a foldable phone as my next phone. And thank you for watching. And yeah, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to just leave comments down below.